The Arizona Cardinals are now sitting 2-3 in the 2022 season and have now officially lost 8 straight times at home. What is going on with the Arizona Cardinals? Is this all on missing DeAndre Hopkins, or is this on to a bigger issue, ladies and gentlemen? Let's dive right into it. Roll that intro. What's going on, Arizona sports fan family? Appreciate you guys for tuning back in. Today, I want to talk about the loss between Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Eagles were sitting at 4-0. The Arizona Cardinals are at 2-2, and they had a chance. They had a chance to break their undefeated season, but we left it to the kicker of Amendola, and he just couldn't get the job done. Now, before we get started completely doing a deep dive of this game, definitely do me one huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. We are on the road to 10K, and I can't do it without you guys. All right, everybody, welcome back in. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, today what I want to specifically talk about is obviously the loss against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I'm upset, right? I am. I'm pretty mad about this game. Just the way that it kind of, came down. Now, the Arizona Cardinals did hold their own against the last undefeated team in the NFL, which is definitely an accomplishment on its own, but we're kind of still seeing the same things over and over again. I feel like every time we do these reaction videos, we're talking about the same things, right? The Arizona Cardinals' inability to score points in the first quarter. It's absolutely crazy. Now, the second quarter, we did score 10 points, which is an absolute win for the Arizona Cardinals. So we go into the half 14-10, and things are looking up for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, definitely want to give a big shout out to the Arizona Cardinals defense. They definitely held their own, and they did a very good job. They held this high-powered Philadelphia Eagles team to 6 points in the second half, which is really cool on its own, right? But the Arizona Cardinals only scored 7 points, which obviously wasn't enough. Now, the way that the game ended, it was, I don't know, right? There's going to be a lot of people saying this is on Kyler. There's going to be people saying this is on Cliff. There's going to be people saying we should have gone for it on 3rd and 1. It's a lot of hindsight at this very moment, right? We don't really know what would have happened if we would have, but this game kind of really comes down to, like, why are we not figuring out this offense? Like, what is going on? Like, the guy that we're supposed to be, like, looking towards to get us these answers still doesn't know how to get this offense going in the first quarter. I think there was a stat out there that the Arizona Cardinals are being outscored like 38-0. I believe that's what it was in this year, pertaining to the teams that we've played so far and the Arizona Cardinals' lack of production on the offense so far this season, which is absolutely astounding, right? It's really weird to kind of see it, but I mean, the only really highlight I can see here is that the Arizona Cardinals didn't get demolished, right? We lost to a Philadelphia Eagle team by just 3 points. Now, granted, what I would have done, and like I said, it's hindsight at this very moment, but 3rd and 1, right? It's still 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Kyler Murray decides to spike it. There's still room for a play, right? 20 seconds or 22 seconds is still a lot of time. Now, if it was a quick play, we could have probably very well converted it or, throw the ball into the end zone. But we left this game up to a player that was signed this week, right? Matt Prater was not available for the Arizona Cardinals, which is our kicker. So we gave this game unto a player that was signed this week, and that right there is absolutely crazy to me, right? Like, now granted, it was a 43-yarder, right? It's nothing like it was like a 50-plus yarder, so I get that aspect of it all. Like, a kicker should make their kick, like that's their job, but this guy was just signed off the street, like, right? This guy was just signed, and for the Arizona Cardinals, they thought it was the best option for us to leave this game in the hands of a kicker that was signed this week. Now, I don't know how I feel about that 100%. I don't think I would have done that at all. But like I said, it's hindsight, and we'll have to kind of wait to see how it all shakes out for the rest of, next week or the rest of the week, just depending on how Matt Prater does. Now, I do want to give some kudos over to Marquise Hollywood Brown. He definitely had a great game. 8 receptions, 78 yards, 1 touchdown. And then Rondale Moore finally got involved, which I'm absolutely super excited about, right? 7 receptions, 68 yards. That's the type of production that we do want to see from Rondale Moore. I hope it keeps happening, as more and more, he gets more comfortable. Now, his rushing, I'm not a fan of it. This whole bubble screen thing to Rondale Moore, it needs to stop. This whole jet sweep thing, the forcing it to Rondale Moore, please make it stop. I no longer want to see it again, but Him catching the ball is a wonderful thing to see. Now, Zach Ertz did also get involved as well. 6 receptions, 48 yards. Benjamin had to step in for James Conner because he had to step out with a rib injury. So it kind of just seemed like when it was, when it rains, it pours type of thing. So not having James Conner was definitely huge for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, there was an opportunity for Jalen Thompson to get that interception, but it did hit the ground. So that ended up coming back. But the Arizona Cardinals had this game in their hands, ladies and gentlemen. They had this game in their hands. They couldn't get the job done. That was the biggest thing. Now, one other thing I want to mention as well is I actually did go to this game. That's the reason why this video is a little later than usual. I did go to this game, and there was so much Eagles, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you right now, the annoyance, the annoyingness of the spelling out Eagles, everything that they did, they deserved it, right? This Eagles, fan base travels very well. They won. Now they're the only, undefeated team in the NFL, being 5-0. So definitely kudos to them. But I hope one day that our fan base can hold a standard like all these other fan bases do, right? I think we're just so complacent with mediocrity that there's a lot of fans that like to look at the bright side. And that's fine, right? But if the end goal is the Super Bowl, are we really going to get there with who we have right now? I want you guys to really ask yourself these questions and put everything in the comments below, ladies and gentlemen. How are you feeling about this loss against the Eagles? Put everything in the comments. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day and go Cards.